Alright guys, welcome back to the third episode. This time we're going to be talking about role models.
Yep. So maybe just a review real quick. We've talked about worldview,
Yep,
talked about motto,
yep. Now we're talking about
role models. What any thoughts from any of the other ones? If not, that's fine. I'm putting you on the spot, I know. All right, role models. What's a role model?
A role model is like a person looked up to by people. People want to act like that person.
Yeah, I think so. Why do you think role models are important?
Because they change how people act at people. So like for example, if someone would look up to me, they would try to act how I act, and that would change the way they act.
Yes, potentially. And I was even thinking that if you're going to imitate someone, the reason they're important is you want to make sure that they are a positive example, teaching people, showing people how to do the right thing. What do you think makes someone a good role model?
If they try to teach their followers the right thing.
Yes, absolutely. All right, I was thinking then about, are there typical categories of people that you think tend to be role models?
Probably like people's parents and athletes.
Athletes, definitely. Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he died sometime.
He's just was
Not long
killed
ago.
recently, just in the last few days.
I don't know if he was killed, but he died.
Yeah, helicopter crash.
He may not have been murdered.
No, it was not. And they, people have been talking about how he had influenced their life. And not only was he just a great basketball player, but he was a good person that really looked out for and helped other people. Teachers are somebody, when I look back at my role models, teachers are people that are have been important to me. Coaches, for me, ministers have been important. Authors, philosophers. And when we talk about my role models, great people. There have been some great people.
Some of
that
mine are
I
like
look up to.
YouTubers and like comedians and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, yep, comedians. That was an interesting one. Who, do you have a favorite comedian?
I watch Saturday Night Live.
Okay, Saturday Night Live is a lot of fun. Do you realize, I remember when Saturday Night Live first started. That's kind of crazy to look back on. All right, so I was going to talk and share a little bit with you about the role models in my life. And I'll tell you, the biggest role model that I had was a woman named Mary LePay. And she was my grandmother and your great-grandmother. I know you didn't get a chance to know her, but you know what I know about her? She would love you and I. She loved her children and grandchildren, and she was probably the kindest, most caring person I know. Followed by Myron LePay, who was her husband, who was one of the smartest people I think I've known, and just a strong, solid, hardworking, righteous, justice-loving guy.
Hold on. Intermission.
Got to throw away the papers. Other people that have been important to me, and I don't know if anybody would know any of these people or might these people might see this, but if so, this is a shout out to them because they've had such a significant influence on my life. A guy named Jerry Young was a minister when I was probably a little older than you, a teenager. Jerry Wagner was one of my teachers and a coach. Fred Bovey was a teacher and a coach. Don Meyer was one of my teachers. Terry Winkler. Terry Winkler was a physician or a doctor here in town. He was in a wheelchair, and he was a powerhouse. He was incredible. He helped so many people, advocated for so many people. Just an all-around good guy. Unfortunately, he's passed away. Cliff Smart is a friend and an attorney that I've worked with, and somebody I look up to. Probably one of the most important people in my career is a guy named Gary Sauhever, who he's a psychologist, and I would say he was my mentor. So let's move to great people for me that I look up to. I think all of these people are at this point part of history. They're not alive, but at least in this world. Jesus would be the first one. St. Francis of Assisi is another one. Martin Luther King, Gandhi, a guy named Carl Rogers. He was not Mr. Rogers. He was actually Dr. Rogers. He was a psychologist who invented a whole type of psychotherapy that I've always appreciated. And Mr. Rogers. I grew up watching Mr. Rogers, and I think he was an awesome person.
Hold on, I'm just gonna swipe up that.
All right. And politicians for me, you're going to know my political affiliation when you hear these. Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, and my favorite, and I think one of the best presidents of all time was Barack Obama. And if I were to ask you who my superhero person is, the one is my favorite, it's not exactly a role model, but who would you think I would say?
Obviously Batman.
Obviously Batman.
Let me just show you real quick how many Batmans. Just look at number one. Can you guys see?
There's my Batman collection. Yep. All right.
Yeah, that's just a quick thing to show you how much she likes Batman.
All right. Now, who are your role models?
Shout out to the YouTuber Flamingo. He is one of my biggest role models.
You want to be a YouTuber, don't you?
I already am.
Yeah. And that's why he's helping me. So, who else?
Robert Downey Jr. He's been in a lot of good movies.
Yeah, I like him. He's a very creative and independent thinker.
And my friend Chase.
Somebody you look up to?
He's going to make a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I think it's called When Pugs Fly. So whenever he makes a YouTube channel, shout out to him.
Yeah.
And Stan Lee, he passed away 2018, I think.
Mm-hmm. So.
And
Yep.
he had my favorite quote was from him, and it was if you have an idea you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it.
That's good advice. Believe in yourself. And I believe in you.
I believe in you too.
So, I wanted to end today with my kind of last time we talked about motto and
Oh yeah, I forgot. My quote.
yeah,
Treat others how they treat you.
yeah.
That's my quote.
That's a good place to start. You know, I like it. It's kind of neutral, and it's definitely do unto others before they. It's better than do unto others before they do unto you. And the only thing about it is it might make you a little reactive, in the sense that instead of you being the leader and role model and doing what you think is right, you're going to be influenced by their behavior and how they treat you. But you know what? It's okay. We'll work with it. So I wanted to close today with something I really like that makes sense to me, and kind of, I have a pendant that I wear under my shirt often. I don't have it today. I have it on my office wall, and it's the prayer of St. Francis. And it means a lot to me. And it goes like this: Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. That's my words that I like to live by. So, anything you want to say before we go?
Sorry, I couldn't finish my drawing. In fact, I didn't even start my drawing.
Yeah, we're running a little short on time. And
Yeah.
so you'll do that, and we'll do it.
I'll do
show
it.
next
We'll do
time.
it tomorrow.
Yep, very good.
And peace.
Oh yeah, peace out. Love
Peace
you.
out. I'll wait till 9:30 hits. Now, bye.